Well, hello and welcome back to Baldurs Gate 3 Shenanigans. I am once again joined by the lovely, the amazing Tammy. Welcome back. Welcome back to
Hello
the Busy
there.
Men. Thank you for joining me. How are you?
I am very good, thank you. How are you tonight?
I am fantastic because I am once again in Baldur's Gate 3 character creator. And you have the reins at
Just
the
can't
minute.
get enough of it.
I mean, it just can't. It's just amazing. It's so good.
It's so good. I've made so many beautiful characters. I have too many saves, but hey, it's fine. I need more.
Yeah, so so you joined me for my last character create video, which we played before the release. It was early access, and we talked a bit about what was going to be in the finished product. And now the finished product is actually here. We get to play around with it as we have done for
Good. Yeah.
too many hours, maybe. But yeah,
I will neither confirm nor deny this.
well, I'm not accusing, but but it's honestly fantastic. I think genuinely it's one of my favorite character creators that I can think of.
It's amazing. It is so good. And we get to adore the origin characters as well now. They are just
yeah, I mean, just yeah. So
look at
taking
that.
away the custom character for just a second, the origin characters, they're just gorgeous. They're beautiful. They're amazing. I mean, look at them. The detail of each character and the way they all look is just yeah.
They all get their own introduction as well, by the way.
Yes, they
It's
do.
really nice.
Even just the idol, you know.
Just them being stood there and
Yeah.
doing little poses and everything. Having a little introduction and just looking amazing. Just looking really, really cool.
Like the detail and the shot. Oh my god, Karlach. Oh my god, Karlach.
I love her. She's so good.
I just
Look at her.
She just looks amazing. Everything about her is awesome. I think she's genuinely one of my favorite characters that I can think of in video games. She's just amazing. She's fantastic. You know, the actors who played these characters, by the way, have done such a great job bringing them to life. And then, yeah, the Dark Urge. We touched on the Dark Urge in the previous video, and now it's finally here. We will be getting around to doing that at some point. At the minute, we are both in a Shadowheart playthrough, which we will do a video on eventually.
We are podcast just about Shadowheart's journey.
Yeah, so
spoiler-free at first, and then with spoilers for the rest of it.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because essentially what we are both doing is we're playing the Shadowheart save, but we've sort of gone different routes. And I think the thing I like about this game a lot is that the choices that you make genuinely matter. I feel like a lot of games fall into that trap of giving you the illusion of choice, and then you make a decision, and then someone makes a different decision, and then you end up in the same place. This game doesn't do that. Genuine consequences for things that happen. People can die from very early in the game to several, bits later, etc., etc. And it genuinely does impact how the story plays out, and I think that's great. I think Larian Studios have done a fantastic job with that.
Absolutely amazing, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, that aside, we still want to bring our heads back into character creator, because this, between us both, I think is one of our favourite features in any video game ever, is just being able to create a character.
It's just amazing. I spend way too much time doing it. I can't rush it. It's just, there's so many options, and you can create such beautiful characters. It's just, yeah, just so good.
It's just like making a piece of art, you've got to take your time with it. You've got to create the masterpiece, and it's yours to own and make your own. It's just amazing, and again, they just all look fantastic in their own right.
Yeah, just so good. I love that they've added the body types now as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Because for certain races they don't have them, but you can make like a really super huge tiefling, very buff. Look at these arms.
Yeah, a buff drow or a buff elf.
I mean, it would be too funny if you could make a really buff halfling. That would be. I'm kind of glad they didn't do that, because that would just be play weird.
And then, oh my god, my favorite aesthetic design is the Dragonborn, and it's
They are
yeah,
so amazing.
my god, just look at that. Look at the detail on the scales. It's just
The
man,
horns and everything, and just the eyes. In general, I
oh my
think they
god, the
have
eyes.
done a great job with any kind of eyes. Like, the tiefling eyes are still one of my favorites in this game. I can't
Yeah,
resist them.
yeah, that
But
sort
yeah,
of that black tint with the light blue pupils. Just
yeah,
yeah, but and even the fiery blue eye. Look at that.
that's so good.
I mean,
It's
clearly,
yeah.
like it's so obvious that a lot of love has been put into the design of each race. Oh my days! Stop it! Look at
I'm
that.
sorry, you're here trying to make a video
No,
and I'm
no.
just
Listen, we
clicking around just
just yeah. Like the
Ah,
shine of the skin as well. It's not just a bland. Here's a a blue and here's a black and here's a bronze and a red, etc. There's an actual like tint and glow, and the color scheme for each of them just yeah,
it's amazing.
man.
Yeah. And you get to pick
Oh my god.
different sub-colors, so to
Yeah.
say. The white is amazing with that
Yes.
kind of
Look, I mean the red and white combo.
shine.
My god, yeah. And silver,
Yeah.
yes.
Silver, I think, is really cool as well. You can have like a silver with purple. Wait, shall I
Yeah.
show them?
Yeah. Let's go. Let's delve into more.
Go into the
Yeah,
detail.
go into the details so we have places. Um,
Right.
So it doesn't have in some character creators you get sliders, which like you move the eyes and the nose and stuff like that. So it doesn't have all that, but I think this game works better because of that. Because I
Yeah.
think there's more of a focus on the other side of it, the other parts, like all this, like playing with the horns and stuff. We're not moving the horns into stupid locations. It feels real in a
Oh
way,
yeah.
if you know what I mean. Like
Yeah, they don't
it's not
suddenly look broken.
yeah, not overly ridiculous. So I think in this case, it feels like a less is more kind of thing, because there's not all the sliders. There is what was it? City of Heroes, was it?
Oh yes.
Because that had a lot of sliders, and that for me is one of the greatest character creators out there. For a
It is
different
amazing.
reason to this, like this and City of Heroes is two different character creators, but they're both brilliant for different reasons.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, look at this. Look at some of the details on this.
Yeah. And in all honesty, I think the character creator gives you so many options already. It doesn't really need more. Like you have good faces,
Yeah,
you have options for eyes, skin colors, the customization you can do with makeup, the hair, or in this case, like scales. You can, as a Dragonborn, you can have
yeah,
this kind of hairdo going on.
yes. It's
So you can
just
have
so
some kind
cool.
of
Yeah,
scaly hairdo, which is also quite amazing.
yeah. I think there's a
Right.
tendency for like some character creators to get become overwhelming when there's too many options and there's just a lot going on. So I think there's more than enough here to be diverse and have many different kinds of characters, but there's also not too much to be like, stuck in, just stuck in character creator and not actually being able to create anything because you're worried that it's not going to look right and all that fun stuff.
Yeah,
But no, they've done a great job. Yeah, just ooh,
it's very good. Obviously, you could use all
all
skin
yeah,
colors here, but I'm just gonna show off
yeah,
the silver tints that they have for
yeah.
the silver dragons.
That
Um,
that is a cool thing though, having all skin colors as an option because it's for pretty much any race you pick.
yeah,
You will get the base colors for each race, which is just like this is what typical race has. But then you
yeah,
can bend the rules by clicking all skin colors and just being like, hey, maybe I want to be a silver dragon, but I want to look red or green or
yeah.
whatever. You can do that. So I think that's really cool.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
That is very, very cool.
And I mean
Yeah.
I mean just I don't
Oh,
know. That purple and yellow works pretty well to be fair.
that's pretty bold.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, I wanted
Yeah,
to
yeah,
show
no, no, as you were,
flavor,
yeah.
and I think I really like the slight greenish bluish tint. This one that's got the proper turtle, purple
Yeah,
tint.
I know.
Oops,
Yeah, I know.
sorry.
I know. No. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's nice.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Very cool indeed.
You can have piercings now.
And piercings. Yep. Piercings.
Where are they?
Oh, there they are. No, they're on the eyes. You see just above the eyelids.
Oh yeah, look.
Because it
They're
kind of
kind of
blends in
hidden
with
in
the
the
skin. Yeah.
color. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That is very cool actually though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, like, playing this now and looking at the character creator now, it's kind of like difficult for me to remember what was missing from the early access. Obviously, the Dragonborn wasn't here.
Yeah.
But it just feels so natural to be in it after we've spent as long as we have playing around with it. I feel like it's just, for me at least, I've sort of completely forgotten early access, and now I'm just here with this.
I mean,
And its
I
glory.
do remember it. I can tell you that all of these previews that you get here for example, for the makeup, or the same also counts. I will show you in a second for the
Yep.
other races, for example, for the hair. If you have scars,
Yeah.
they've added all of these previews so you can see more easily
Yeah.
what you're about to do instead of clicking through each
Yeah.
hairstyle or makeup style individually to see what they do, and then clicking back to get to the right one again.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember vaguely that the UI in this mode is like way more fleshed out and just generally better.
They've just done a brilliant job. Like you
They
can
have,
tell
yeah.
that they've put a lot of love into it.
Yeah.
It's very, very good. Do we add to our silver? Silver and blue is always nice. Silver green.
Yeah, because I think for me, I just have to keep praising Larian Studios through this whole development, where they've essentially just listened to all the feedback and they've been responsive to it. Like even with the game releasing, they're still actively listening to feedback as it's happening. You know, they've done 2 patches up until now, maybe 3. I think, was it 2 or 3? I'm not sure, I can't remember. But they've been on it, they've been, you know, communicating what they plan to do and all the stuff that's going to happen, etc., etc. So yeah, well done them, honestly. It's good to see a studio actually listen, you know, and be responsive to the fans, and you know, appreciate that, you know, things don't just happen overnight, but also, you know, nothing's hidden behind smoke and mirrors. There's no paid DLC or pay to win or anything like that. It's just here's a £60 game or whatever. Here's a full experience of a game that you're going to invest many hours into. There you go.
Yeah.
That's all you need. And yeah, genuinely, just well done to them for, you know, bringing this masterpiece to us. And thank you as well, I suppose.
It's just so good. Like, I don't know. I don't really have the words to describe it. It's just a really great experience through and through, and you can tell that this is something that they've poured heart and soul into. Even just the small interactions that you can have, you know, just so many details you can find around the world. There's a lot of stuff that a lot of players probably never get to see, but they're there, and they make this feel very, very alive. You know.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of bases on, like you say, a lot of people won't see. You know, a lot of people won't see a lot of things. You know, there's loads of things that on the first playthrough, assuming, let's say you play it once, but you invest, let's say, 90 hours or whatever into it. You try and, you know, cover as much ground as you can, speak to as many people as you can, and even that, you're just going to cover such a small percentage of effort that was put into this game. And I commend them for that, because they're not just been like, well, you know, everybody's going to play this specific route, therefore we'll put all our heart and soul into this, and then we'll just half-ass the rest of it. You know, they put so much effort into all of it, and it shows from early in the game, you know. And it's just, yeah, it'll take a while before I stop, you know, fanning over this game.
Same, to be honest. I still have a lot of playthroughs planned.
Yeah.
I
Also,
have a lot of love for it. Oh my
yeah,
god.
I was going to say, just real quick before we continue doing that, let's just get back to character creator for a second. um,
I've been busy in the
yeah.
background.
Yeah, I mean, oh,
Also,
wow.
look at the arms. Look at that. That is amazing. I
Oh,
have
it's
never
so
noticed
cool,
that
yeah.
before. That it
It's so
extend onto the
cool.
arms. That
Yes.
is. Yeah,
That looks
I
like
think
that's
we
a cool
mentioned
combo.
that in the last video that they would do something special for the Dragonborns,
Yeah,
so the sorcery still shows.
yeah, it's so cool. Yeah,
It's
I'm
so
very
amazing.
there for it. I mean, that blue silver combo is pretty sweet.
Yeah, that is, yeah. Also with the green added, I don't know, that's very pretty.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Yeah, man, yeah.
Iconic look.
It is, yeah, it is really something.
Ah,
Yeah, I
it's
think
so good.
it's as two D&D nerds as well, as two people who have DM'd games and have played in a game of Dungeons and Dragons. You know, this is for me the closest experience to actually playing Dungeons and Dragons in a video game that I can think of.
Yeah.
Like there is
There are a few things that they've adjusted, obviously, so it works in the game, but all in all, they've done such a good job just translating it into a game and, you know, not making it feel awkward. Like, it feels really good to play. The combat is really fun. It's really rewarding if if you don't do combat, if you go persuasion, intimidation, any kind of those routes, it rewards you for both.
yeah,
It really feels like D&D.
that's huge. Because I feel like a lot of games would obviously focus on XP combat, you know, and just think, well, if you persuade your way out of it or you talk your way out of it, we're going to sort of almost inadvertently punish you by not really giving you the rewards, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think this game does a really good job of being like, well, you can genuinely either go all out combat and kill everybody and get all the XP that way, or you'll get the exact same amount of XP for talking your way out of it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's good because that just basically encourages any kind of playthrough. If you want a passive playthrough, then it encourages you to do that by being all talky and peaceful. Like Paul, which if you want to check out that playthrough, I'll leave a link in the top somewhere.
It's very fun. I've been enjoying that.
But yeah, it's a good thing. I mean, I'll say I don't think it's ever really possible to imitate the full D&D experience because the whole point for me when I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons is that it is like a collective shared imagination amongst friends. So you don't visually see what's happening. You sort of tell a story, you visualize it. It's like reading a book almost. You know, the story is in the book. You visualize what's happening in the book through description and storytelling.
Yeah.
And in this, it's obviously everything's painted out for you, and you can literally see it. And that's, by the way, that's not a criticism. It's just a different medium that I'm appreciating, and
Yeah,
it comes damn close to scratching that D&D itch. It comes so close.
Just even how much you can explore and the amount of silly things that you can do, like you can throw people and
Yes,
you can throw all kinds of things, but yeah, you can do some very, very funny things, and I love that because that's the kind of thing that you usually try to convince your DM to allow you to do.
yeah, it does feel
you're
like,
like, oh, yeah.
you're always like, can I do this? And then the game is almost actively encouraging you to do that. The whole throw thing, like, by the way, if you are playing it for the first time, throw as many things as you want. It's so goddamn satisfying to throw things.
It's very funny. Maybe talk to your friends before you throw them, but
Yeah, consensual throwing, please. Yeah, but and by the way, it works both ways. The enemies will push and throw you as well. So if you can do it, they can do it, and if you're thinking of doing it, then the chances are the enemy's probably thinking of going to do it as well.
Yeah,
So
don't stand next to an abyss and don't think that they won't push you.
yeah, I mean,
They
just
are not
assume,
dumb.
yeah, they aren't stupid by no means, which brings to I don't know if you've played in tactician mode or if you've seen any of tactician mode.
I have seen
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I haven't
Um,
played it yet, but yeah.
so I have admittedly one of the saves that I made earlier with the half orc, I deleted that and started it again on tactician mode, and I
Yeah.
basically got to well, I got to the first bit in the ship when you're about to escape, and you've got like 15 turns to press the transponder thing and get off the ship before it crashes.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
that's early in the game. That's not a spoiler. That's like the first thing you do. Um, but it's a save that I'm interested in just because the snippets I've seen, it's the way tactician mode works is the AI is obviously smarter. It works more creatively to kill you, but there's also like other things that aren't there in a regular playthrough. Like there'll be more like exploding barrels and stuff like that that are scattered around, which the enemy will use against you. And it's just stuff like that I'm super interested in. There is an achievement for it, which is kind of why I did it because I was like, I want that
Yeah.
achievement. But it's also, even though I'm going to play through the game with Shadowheart first, probably, I will be playing that again on tactician mode with just my custom character, and combat will feel new and different, not just because of the
Very
smart
different.
AI, but because of the other stuff
Yeah.
that's going on as well, which I think is really cool because it's not just like, hey, here's a harder difficulty, which is just harder for the sake of being harder. It's also like creatively harder.
Oh, yeah. And I think it's actually excellent how they've done it because there's so many ways to approach a certain fight, like you can try to sneak up to an enemy, you can, you know, you
Create
often
distractions.
you won't have, often you won't be very successful if you just try to brute force it. You can do that, but oftentimes it's wise to have some kind of setup, even in normal mode. And obviously, tactician is gonna require you to be a bit creative and to, you know, use your environment to your advantage, get
Yeah,
the high ground,
actually
stuff
get
like that.
creative. Yeah, actually think of how you want to approach combat.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, I mean, just combat in general is just great in this game. I think the feel of each spell and each action, even things like rage, even raging as a barbarian, which we've gushed over a little bit.
yeah,
It's just even things like that, which are just just general like, oh, I'm gonna rage, I'm gonna get angry at her, right? But in this game, it feels fantastic just to rage. And that
yeah.
goes for everything, every spell, no matter how mundane or how little it might be, just everything feels amazing, and all the feedback that you get from it is just awesome.
It is very, very rewarding. Like anything you do is just
Yeah.
so good. Sorry, I got distracted for
No,
a
no, it's all
second
right.
because I was just
Yeah,
staring at this beauty and
yeah. I mean, it is. God. I mean, the question, I suppose, is what you're gonna call it.
oh no.
No, now there's an extra 15 minutes of video time I've bought.
Some good googling and everything.
Yeah, it's no, it's good. I think for me, I would be hard pressed to say that. I mean, this a controversial statement to think that this should be Game of the Year? I would make a case that this would be Game of the Year. I mean,
Yeah,
Starfield is releasing. Tears of the Kingdom is obviously a fantastic game as well, so that very much could and would
it's
make a strong
amazing.
case.
It also deserves good things. Like, it also
Yeah,
deserves praise.
absolutely. But I don't know. For me, I would say this is. But then like my D&D bias would sort of tip over a little bit. I would openly admit that there was a bit of bias there, but also I have been itching for a good, solid RPG for some time, and I don't think anything's really scratched that itch. I know we played Celasta: Crown of the Magister, which is also a really good D&D game.
It's also
Uh,
really good. It's just it feels a bit less refined as
yeah,
such.
much
But
smaller
it was
studio,
like a yeah.
smaller
It
budget,
was it
etc.
was like an excellent warm up for this, and like
Yeah.
I will still go back to Celeste and play it more because it's also an excellent game. It's
Yes.
also really fun.
Yeah.
But yeah,
This is.
this is a rare jewel. Like this is very special to me.
It's an
Just
important game. It's a very important game for nerds like us that we just we need to be invested in such a diverse character creator and then get immersed into a world of possibility.
Yeah. And also just have a studio that is that good about how they approach it all, you know? Not asking extra money for DLCs and essentially giving us a whole game and just, you know, being on top of things with patching it. Oh, by the way, do you know anything more than I do, maybe? Because they have announced that they're gonna introduce a mechanic to adjust the look of your character if you're not happy with it.
Yeah,
Do
so
you know, is that like just can you change your race or can you just change your look within the race?
no, sadly, I don't know anything more on that. Or just pretty much as you know that something is in the works to make it happen. When that's coming is TBD. What is actually going to be in the whole thing is also TBD. So I don't know, we just got to wait and see. I think it's a cool addition. Once again,
Yeah.
just they basically listened to what the fans wanted and was like, hey, can we maybe, adjust some things after we've created. Because everybody gets that. You create a character, you're super happy with it, but then you just fancy a little bit of a change. And
Yeah.
I think that's good. I think that's healthy.
Yeah, or you have that thing where you kind of rushed a bit because you have to wait for each other in the character creator and you're like, oh no, but I actually don't like that so much.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like it's so cool. Like it's kind of it's not impossible, but you know, there's so many cool things you can do in character creator that it's hard to make a character you really don't like. I feel, at least. That's my personal opinion. I'm very biased. But yeah.
There's so many options. There's so much options to just make masterpieces upon masterpieces, which is why it's good to have that change like as you're playing, because you want to make a different masterpiece, but you don't want to start
Yeah.
again and all that fun stuff. As much as it would give you any good excuse to dip into character creator for like 2 or 3 hours.
For a whole day.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it does make a good case for Game of the Year. I think it does set a good standard, I think, just for game developers to just maybe put a bit of focus on listening to what the people want. I know it's easier said than done, and it's obviously subject to budgets and teams and all that fun stuff, but at the end of the day, you're making something for the fans. So there's no point making something that you want, that you like. It's like, oh, I want it this way. I don't care what anyone else thinks. It's going to be like this, whether they like it or not. No,
Yeah.
that attitude it doesn't wash. Like, I mean, obviously, don't go all in and be like, right, well, Steve said he wants this, therefore I'm going to exclusively make it for Steve. Just
No, of course not. But listen to the people, and if they tell
yeah,
you I really don't like that, then maybe consider changing it. And
yeah.
don't treat your customers badly.
Yeah, like, is it too much to ask for just a full game, to be released? That's not all DLC and all pay to win stuff. Like, is that such a controversial thing to ask for? I don't think
Apparently
it
it
is.
is, but
It doesn't feel like it is, but I don't know.
it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't
But
be. No,
yeah.
it really shouldn't be. Also, yeah, just sorry, back on character creator real quick. Yeah, the dual eye. Oh my god, the dual eyes. Being able to alternate the color between the eyes. That is. I don't think I've made a character that hasn't had different eye. Just because there's so many good options. It's like, well, why would you stick with one?
Yeah, they're just so good. Wait a second. I need probably just to change the face because I want to show off the flames. Sorry, I'm just kind
No,
of
it's all
dabbling
good.
away in the background.
It's all good. This is good filler. This is good. Good eye
Ah,
detail.
let's see. Show me the flames. I can't properly see them here right now. Why can't we see them? Yes,
There you go.
there we go. That was my bad. That wasn't the
That's all
game's
good.
bad. That was my personal bad. Oh, look, there we go. Now I can see it properly.
That purple and green is like Joker-esque. I like it.
It's amazing. Just the amount
Very,
of.
very cool.
I'm having a bit too much fun with the tiefling
Yeah.
eyes. I have created many tieflings, but there's two that I'm actively using, and fun enough, they're both, for some reason, they're both druids. I'm usually not a big druid player, but druid in this is excellent, by the way.
Yeah,
Just,
I mean,
you know.
just being able to, you know, transform into, you know, a bear. Who doesn't want to transform into a bear?
Yes, a bear.
Oh,
I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, it's very good. It's very fun.
It is very
And
fun.
tieflings are very beautiful.
Yes.
I mean, all races are very beautiful.
Yeah, apart from the humans, which. Anyway, yeah. But yeah, with that all said, this has just been a little snippet back into Character Creator. I thought I'd just jump back in and have a little play around and just talk some Baldur's Gate 3, because this game genuinely is amazing. It's an easy 10 out of 10 for me. It's fantastic. If you like
Yes.
RPGs, this is highly
11
recommended.
out of 10.
Yeah, just play it. It's honestly, it's worth your time. If you like a good, solid RPG that you're going to invest many hours into, this is easy one to go to.
Oh, definitely. I can only recommend it. There's so many ways to play it. You know, there's no right or wrong way to play this.
Just play it how you want to play it. You know, the game
Yeah.
will either reward or punish you depending on your poor or decent choices.
You can be nice with people and, you know, be wholesome and everything, or you can just
Yeah,
be a
dick.
murder hobo and the world will react to that. Like, you know, it will actually reflect in
Yeah.
many, many different ways, and I really, really like how they went about that.
Yes.
Just showing your personal transformation, showing how your character interacts with the world around them, I guess.
Yeah. And then, and another thing before we bounce, yeah, so like I said earlier in the video, we are both playing a Shadowheart save. We are just going to finish chapter 2, and then we'll, hopefully we're going to have a discussion video talking spoilers and all things Shadowheart, because I'm super curious to see the insights of your playthrough.
Yeah, because you have seen bits and pieces.
I have, and it's super exciting. It's very exciting.
We've taken very, very different paths, so I think this will be quite interesting to see. There will be a little section where we discuss non-spoilery things, just like, you know,
Chapter 1,
the starting
stuff.
screen of Shadowheart, for example. You know, can discuss that a bit, take a look at her, discuss how pretty she is and all that.
Yeah, and then we'll obviously double into the really spoilery stuff. And it's huge.
Act
Yeah, there's
1 and then
some
Act 2, just
major big
the paths
plots.
we took.
Yeah. But yeah, with that, I think we can probably leave it there. Thank you all so much for watching. Tammy, thank you for joining once again on Baldur's Gate 3. I will continue Baldur's Gating away, because why the hell not?
Yay!
Yeah.
Peaceful persuasive ball!
Maybe. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye!